What's up, guys? David Land here, and I understand that it's been a while since I've uploaded a video. Most of you guys know, though I saw some comments on my last video asking what happened to me or were worried about what was going on. So first off, right off the bat, I would like to urge you guys to go follow me on social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. It's 2015. Most people have at least one of those. So if you guys ever see that a video's not gone up or are wondering what the status of my projects is, that's where it's kind of immediate. You guys will know what's going on there. But for those of you who don't know, I'll tell you here on the video. Just about really right as I released the last video, my grandfather went into the hospital and it wasn't good, and he passed away a few days later. So pretty much my whole life the last couple of weeks has been, grieving the loss of a friend and a mentor and all those things, and just a great guy, and honestly somebody who, if you enjoy my personality in these videos, a lot of that came from my grandfather. A really important guy to me, and it's the closest I've been to a death physically. So, it was kind of hard, not so much emotionally, but kind of just dealing with the physical demands of planning a funeral, putting on the funeral, making everything just right. I actually spoke at the funeral. It was a lot of things that I had to do, and it was just very tiring, and I didn't have any time for the videos. Now, you guys know that on social media outside of YouTube, unless you watched my grandfather react to the Force Awakens trailer, that card is coming up right now if you want to watch that and kind of see a little bit of our relationship in that video. But I announced it on there, and I also announced it on social media. And I would just like to thank you guys so much for the support and the love and all this stuff that you guys were saying to me about, just the support through this process. It's meant a lot to me, and it also gave me the kind of freedom to just go, okay, I can take a little break from videos. You guys aren't going to get too upset with me. So I appreciate that. I also thank you for the birthday wishes. That was kind of an afterthought because literally on July 9th I buried my grandpa, and on July 10th it was my birthday, so it was a little bit subdued, but the outpouring on social media was awesome, and I'm sorry if I haven't responded to everybody. I know I've been really bad on Facebook, not responding to people, so I just kind of ask for your understanding on that. I'll try to get back to the way I used to be, and that's kind of part of the point of this video, is to kind of give you guys an update, and then I'm going to do a diecast review. Of course, you guys read the title of the Hot Wheels IndyCar. It's going to be kind of a broad overview of the history of Hot Wheels IndyCars in terms of the modern era, and kind of a review of the Hot Wheels racing segment of the IndyCars. So thank you guys for all the support on social media the last couple weeks. And to make it up for you, the schedule for this week, or the rest of the week, is going to be a huge slew of videos. Of course, you guys are seeing this video today. And then tomorrow, Friday, you're going to get 2 diecast reviews. I'm not going to tell you what they are yet. I'll just say this. One is kid-themed and one is adult-themed. So most of you are going to be interested in one or the other probably, but there's going to be something for everybody on Thursday. Then on Friday, it's going to be my very first Lionel racing review. It's not going to be the Spin Master versus Lionel video. And let me tell you why that is. Well, part of it you guys know, which I've just been saying. A lot of my time has been taken with other things, with life, like I said. But I think this video probably would have gotten delayed regardless, because it's taken a lot more preparation than most of my regular diecast reviews. There's a lot of, I want to get a lot of facts into this, because I feel as though it's going to be a contentious video, even though that's not really my angle. It's not really a Lionel versus Spin Master per se. I'm not trying to do an us versus them is what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to create a separation in the diecast community. The point of the video is going to be kind of introducing Spin Master people to Lionel and hopefully introducing some Lionel people to Spin Master. That's why I'm calling it a buyer's guide to NASCAR diecast, not so much Lionel versus Spin Master. Just to kind of confirm that, I'm going to show you guys a car, and a lot of people know that I have this car, so I'm going to show it. I'm actually going to show this off on Saturday in honor of the Brickyard 400. I was planning on, and there's not just going to be this car in the review. It's going to be a really interesting review in terms of the cars I chose. But you guys aren't going to know which cars yet. That's going to be for the video. But I was planning on going to the Brickyard 400. I wanted to go. I couldn't make it happen this year simply because I wanted to do videos. I would have gone, and I probably would have vlogged. I know it was Jeff's last Brickyard, but you know what, guys? I got to go last year, and I got to see Jeff win his 5th and potentially final time. So honestly, I'm not too torn up about it, and besides, you guys get a lot more video content. Now, in terms of NASCAR races I am going to this year, I'm really, really, really going to try to make it to the 2nd Michigan race. So if you attend Michigan, and again, follow me on social media, I'll try to go to Michigan, and I'll try to make a video there. And if you guys are there, and you guys want to say hi, you know, you might make it into the Michigan vlog, who knows. But that's if I make it to Michigan. Oh, and this is a decent segue. I was talking about the Lionel versus Spin Master video. Spin Master, okay? Spin Master confirmed on Twitter that Wave 3, not only what is in Wave 3, but they said Wave 3 is out. Now, what a toy company means when they say it's out is it means it's out of our warehouse, meaning it's in Walmart, Meijer, Toys R Us. It's in their warehouses now. And it's up to those retailers to determine when those cars get to the store shelves, okay? I know people have sent me the chase out, and actually, that's another thing. The communication on social media has been amazing. I am so in the loop when it comes to NASCAR Authentics now. It's amazing. People send me so much information. It's mind-boggling. It's amazing. Keep doing it. Twitter is awesome. Instagram, awesome. You guys are doing such a good job of keeping me in the loop. I never forget anything. But yeah, Wave 3 is not on store shelves yet. Believe me, I have been to every store in the tri-state area. They are not out. I imagine they'll be out within the next week to 2 weeks. Now, that may not be true for everyone. I've seen the comments. People have said they haven't even found Wave 2 yet. Look, I get it. This is kind of how this works, all right, guys? That's one of my points I'm going to make in my Lionel Spin Master review. But that's not here nor there. I'm not talking about that anymore because otherwise I'll spoil that whole video for you. I don't know when Wave 3 is coming out. It's not like Spin Master sends me cars, so I don't know exactly when they're coming out. So when they get here, they'll get here. You'll get a review, just like you always do. Oh yeah, the Memorable Moments 2-packs. There's so much information. Memorable Moments 2-packs are also out. The Sport Clips and the AAA of Southern California 2-packs, those are hitting Walmart stores, and those are coming out now. I have not found them. When I do, there will be a full review on my channel. So hopefully that's the... Oh, no, it's not the full thing because I was going to tell you... Okay, the weekly schedule used to be 2 NASCAR 15 videos a week and then a diecast review whenever something came out. I'm going to change that now that it's kind of sat around for a couple weeks. Okay, so on Wednesdays, I'm going to try to keep to the schedule for a while, guys. So this is going to be the schedule moving forward. Wednesdays, around 1 to 5 p.m., you're going to get a NASCAR 15 Let's Play. On Fridays, you will get a review. It's not necessarily going to be a diecast review. It will probably most likely always be something racing related, but I'm not opposed to the possibility when the Star Wars The Force Awakens stuff starts to trickle in that I might not start covering that. So we'll stay tuned on that. But you'll get a review on Friday and you'll get gameplay on Wednesday. Alright, I think I've covered everything. Now, I'm going to review the Hot Wheels racing segment from 2012 and tell you where you can find them. This is David Land on YouTube. So let's go back in time to a magical time. That time was 2008. IndyCar racing had just merged. With Champ Car, the IRL and Champ Car merged, and Greenlight was producing IndyCar diecasts, like they do now. This is the Dallara IR5. That's what they called the chassis that was pretty much exclusive to IndyCar racing from 2008 to 2011. In 2008, Greenlight invested in a new mold that you can see right here, and they started using this in the 2008 season. Unfortunately, or fortunate for me, because I, if you check this little card annotation right here, was beating the drum for Hot Wheels to pick up the license for IndyCar racing. Now, why do you say that? Greenlight's a great company. I've praised them in the past. But to me, back in 2008, I wanted IndyCar to get better exposure. And Greenlight just wasn't in the toy stores like they are now. Still, we're not getting IndyCars in toy stores. But that all changed in 2009 when Hot Wheels introduced their IndyCar line. Now, they retailed for the same price at the tracks as the Greenlights did. But they were available in Target stores for a very brief time, and they were $5. They were also available in Meijer stores as well for a short time. I think they might have only been Indianapolis area Meijer stores. Really kind of intriguing bit about these cars was the first wave in 2009 did not have the Honda logo. But this car here is the Graham Rahal 02 McDonald's car for Newman Haas Racing. Pretty much none of these things are in IndyCar anymore, except for Graham Rahal. But I really do love this, especially because it is a Newman Haas car. Newman Haas was one of my favorite teams growing up, especially Michael Andretti. So as you can see, in my opinion, the mold is more accurate than the Greenlight. I really like what Hot Wheels did with the rear tires. Made them look a lot more realistic. But I'd say Greenlight had them beat in terms of the logos, at least until Wave 2 of 2009. 2009, oh my lord. Going way back in the day. So this is the John Andretti, Richard Petty Motorsports, Andretti Autosport. Almost said Andretti Green, but it was Andretti Autosport in 2009. This car has a lot more detail. As you can see, the Honda logo is adorned on the side pod, or not the side pod, the airbox, and even cooler. And this is the only car that ever had these tires, but they gave this car the Indy 500 Firestone Firehawks. Really, really, really cool. This is a great piece. They also made this in 1/24 scale. Really hard to come by. I think my friend Buddy, though, BWP2933, does actually have this in 1/24 scale. So that's really cool, but I'm really glad to have this as a part of my collection. In fact, I reviewed this. It was my first diecast review in 2009. If you click this little card annotation right here, you can check out Prepupez and David review some Hot Wheels cars and kind of see how far my reviews have come. So, moving on, in 2010, Hot Wheels introduced the road course kit. They weren't called aero kits back then. Just the road course wings for Indy cars. This is the Paul Tracy, Geico KV Racing Technologies, Dallara Honda. Really cool piece, especially if you guys are Max Pappas fans. You might recognize that livery. Really neat. Of course, Paul Tracy. Oh, that's really cool. They have they put the Firestone Reds on the car. Really neat. Really neat. Really neat. I love this. And you know they released a bunch of these, but there were only 2 new schemes from like the basic. There's dust on it. From the basic 2009 range. This car, the 15 Geico, and the AJ Foyt Racing 14 of Vitor Meira. These are the only road course wings cars I actually picked up, though I think you can get them pretty cheap nowadays. Probably not the Dan Wheldon. I would imagine the prices are inflated on that one for obvious reasons. But every other one you can probably get pretty cheap, and these are just fantastically molded. Unfortunately, Hot Wheels hasn't released the road course wing Indy cars in any other form, and it's such a shame. This is one of the, I mean, just one of my favorite diecasts. It's just really cool to get the road course wings, because we never get the road course wings, because IMS and IndyCar are always like, put on the oval kit, because that's what they race at the Indy 500. And it's like, well, IndyCars run road course wings almost more than they run the oval wings, so, you know, it's kind of neat to get this, especially 1/64 scale. So I'd love to see these come back out, or maybe Hot Wheels do the road course aero kits. But there you go. The last year for the Indy cars was 2011. This, for Hot Wheels, the officially licensed IndyCar paint schemes was 2011. As you can see, they really did a great job with this. This is Elio Castroneves' V-Power Shell. Hey, Shell V-Power, Verizon, AAA, Team Cindric. Yeah, that car. It's this car, and they really do a great job with this car. You know, I was a huge fan of this paint scheme, especially on the old Dallara. Looked fantastic. And they released like 5 or 6 cars. The only one I don't have, actually I have 2, I don't have 2 from 2011. I don't have the Danica GoDaddy or the Ryan Briscoe Izod. Those cars were kind of slow getting to the shelves in 2011, but a great looking piece. Okay, so for 2012, Hot Wheels released, firstly, that came to stores, was this in the basic Hot Wheels line for 2012, the IndyCar Oval Course car, as they called it. They put Team Hot Wheels on the thing. They gave a nice little card art here. You can read the back, if I can get it to you. An open wheel single seat. I don't need to read that for you. You could pause it. 2011 IndyCar Oval Course race car. It's a mouthful and a half. What's cool about this release, and it's I think one of 2 releases, but this is the only one mass released, that has a metal base and a metal body. That's kind of rare for Hot Wheels nowadays. It wasn't so much back when I was like a little kid, like when I was 3 or 4 in like 98, 97. They used to release metal body, metal base Hot Wheels all the time, but not so much anymore. So this was really cool to get. I've got so many of these. I stockpiled these, so maybe I'll have to do a video at some point. And what's really cool, they've released every color under the sun now of these Indy cars. This is my personal favorite for obvious reasons. If you know the reason, post your comments in the comment box. But what's really cool is they modified the nose. You can see the slope here. It's not very obvious. It's really well done, but they did this slope on the nose versus the regular release, as you can see there, to make it really fast on the track, the Hot Wheels track. It can go through loops, it can go through the boosters, even though it's technically an open wheel car, but really the wheels never get nicked through the boosters, so it's a really fast track car. Again, I really might have to do a video regarding this car on the Hot Wheels track. I know Race Grooves did a really good one where this car won a downhill race, I think. Just beat a bunch of really fast, or really fast bunch of track cars. So this car got released, all right? But in the middle of 2012, Hot Wheels had a segment called the Hot Wheels Racing segment. Now, the Hot Wheels Racing segment was a failure. Let's put it bluntly. The first couple of waves got delayed. Or no, the first wave was an NHRA wave. And the choices of models was disappointing to say the least, and it did not sell very well. The second wave was an off-road racing wave, which never got to shelves in mass quantities and didn't sell very well. The third wave was supposed to be what you're looking at right now, the IZOD IndyCar series. It never made it to like the Walmarts or the Targets or anything. The first time I saw these cars was in at Indianapolis in May. And they had the complete set, but they were charging $9 for them like they always charge for cars. So I said, no thanks, I'll buy the new DW12 cars from Greenlight. Now, what happened to all those cars they were planning on shipping from to Walmart and Target and Toys R Us and Kmart and all that stuff? Well, they ended up at Big Lots. Yep, Big Lots. And that's where I've gotten all these cars at a deep discount. The cars you've looked at so far, I got for $1 because they had damaged packaging. I got them for $1 at the Battle Creek, Michigan Big Lots. I bought the last one. So if you live in Battle Creek, I'm sorry. I took the last Indy cars that you had. But, oh, this is another thing I wanted to mention. They actually improved the mold a little bit more, too. Between this release and this release, they made the rear tires larger a little bit. That's a track thing, I think. But they also straightened out the rear wings. Something that was plaguing the original release was that the rear wings would really get set back for some reason. But the interesting about these is they have the large rear wheels and the straight rear wing, but they also have the pointy nose, which the regular release does not. So there's like four different molds for the Hot Wheels IndyCars. So let's take a look at the full range of Hot Wheels, and we're going to go from rarest, well, I say rarest with a lot of quotation marks around it because none of these are really particularly rare, especially because they made it to Big Lots in such big numbers. Okay, so just going over the box really quick, you can see it says Real Riders, Metal. Then you've got Thomas Schechter's IndyCar. You've got Anna Beatrice's IndyCar, Danica Patrick, that is Bruno Junqueira, that's a Foyt car, I think it's Vitor Mira, Bertrand Baguette, I'm not sure which car that is, it might be a Penske, and then you've got Simona Di Silvestro, and that's what I paid for it, $2. IZOD IndyCar Series, Hot Wheels Racing, collect all 6, and a bunch of legal mumbo jumbo. So this is one of the rarest, and again I say that with quotation marks, big quotation marks, but here you go. The Sarah Fisher Racing Pink number 67. Really interesting car. All these cars are fantasy cars too, I should say, which is was another really strange decision by Hot Wheels. I don't really know why they didn't license just regular 2011 cars, but here you go. Sarah Fisher in the pink car. This kind of is reminiscent of the car she ran at Kentucky a few years for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but those cars had a lot more black on them and had Dollar General on the side pods. So there you go, there's a good look at the Sarah Fisher Racing logo. I'm not going to take these out of the box because I really don't want to, and I've got a complete set in the box, so that's what's going to happen. Let's take a look at the second car, and what in my opinion is the second rarest car. The Dad's Root Beer, number 75, which is very strange. Hot Wheels had a strange obsession for a while with, that's an interesting IZOD IndyCar Series logo. Kind of looked like it was kind of smashed, but it must have been the packaging kind of playing tricks. Yeah, Hot Wheels had a strange obsession with Dad's Root Beer cars. I don't know what it was. You can see just a little tiny Dreyer Reinbold Racing logo on there. Really kind of neat paint scheme on there. Oh, well, that's a 75s for 75 years. But yeah, they really like their Dad's Root Beer cars. They not only released the regular Dad's Root Beer car from Mike Conway, you can see it here. I also reviewed this one a really long time ago. But they also released this car with the Flames, which only ran like once, and Graham Rahal drove it, but they released it as a Mike Conway car. And I think they released this car on the road course wings, so they released this car quite a bit. But you can also see that the dad's car came out for its 75 year anniversary, I guess. Alright, so here's the next car, and I should say, some of these cars, actually I'm going to take this one because it's a little bit more rare. Some of these cars were shipped in greater quantities, and I'll get to it when I start talking about them. But here you go. This is probably the most realistic car in terms of what actually ran with what team and what sponsors. This is the J.R. Hildebrand National Guard IndyCar. In fact, it's really interesting because they made the top 3 from the Indianapolis 500 in 2011. I don't know if that was intentional, but they did do it. Car number 4, you see the top, National Guard, Panther Racing, which is no longer around either. But there you go. Not much to say about this one, but it is fairly realistic. They did release the actual car in 2011, so you can get a J.R. Hildebrand 2011 164. Totally 100% accurate if you want. And here's probably the fan favorite of the whole segment, though I can't say it's rare. You can still get this car at IMS for $5 if you so desire, and I'm sure you can find it at Big Lots that aren't Indianapolis based. Now, if you guys don't know, this is a fantasy representation of Dan Wheldon's 2011 winner. It's one of 2 164s that were ever released for car number 98, William Rast, Dan Wheldon. So, a pretty cool piece. This car never ran, but it's really neat to get the Brian Herta Autosport logo on a car. It's not necessarily rare. They shipped it in pretty big quantities. That may or may not be because they knew of Wheldon's passing. But it's really a nice piece, and I kind of want to pick up another one so that I can take it out of the box. So there's that one. Probably very desired by Dan Wheldon fans. But they shipped it in pretty big quantities. So now we move on to one of the other really common ones, and one of the ones I found that I showed you earlier, so I won't go too into detail about this, but this is the Tony Kanaan Lotus 82 car. The only time you can get a KV Lotus car in 1/64 scale, aside from the Takuma Sato 2011 green light, which is incredibly hard to find. This is the car I wish would have been released in some official form, but we've got it in this fantasy color. Of course, this car finished 3rd in the 2011 Indianapolis 500, piloted by Tony Kanaan. Actually, did this car finish 4th? Because I think Rahal finished 3rd. I can't remember. No, this car finished 3rd. This car finished 3rd because it was Wheldon, Hildebrand, and then Kanaan. So there's that car. You guys have already seen it. I'm a big fan of the paint scheme. It looked beautiful on track. But there you go. And here's another car that I really wish would have been released in an official paint scheme, but this is the 37 2010, which is really strange, especially considering the rest of the cars are aping 2011 schemes. But this is the 2010 Ryan HunterReay Izod car. Boy, this was a beautiful car. Unfortunately, we saw it get run over the back of and flipped Mike Conway into the catch fence in 2010 at the 500. But this car did win at Long Beach, or this driver number sponsor combination won at Long Beach. Not many logos on it, but this is pretty much an Izod promo car. And of course, it is the most common because it was the Izod IndyCar Series back then. Let me just say, a little rant here, that logo is so much better than the Izod IndyCar Series logo. I mean, this one makes it look legitimate. The Verizon IndyCar Series logo looks Bush League. I'm just saying. Also, there you go. There's the price, $2. What I paid for it, your prices may vary. But that's a look at the Izod IndyCar Series Hot Wheels Racing segment. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope you guys understand all the update stuff I did. New videos tomorrow, and new videos on Saturday, and then videos every Wednesday and Friday. Hopefully I can actually keep up that schedule. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like the video, all that stuff, and I will see you tomorrow.